Alright, welcome back to episode 2 of Xenosaga Wille zur Macht. Last time we did the tutorial and we started in this first area. So let's just continue where we left off and just go through the monsters. And a couple of medkits, that's great. Mainly because even though the enemies aren't really threatening at all, that's still good. Good to keep an eye out.
Target locked on. Commencing combat mode.
And I think we got a level up last time. I didn't really pay attention to that, but considering the higher HP numbers, I believe we leveled up. Level ups in this game do not actually heal you, which is a bit annoying, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, we are level 2 now. Nice. Next level up is in 67 EXP. So let's go through this menu real quick. There's nothing fancy here. Like you can go through items. There's the medkits. I'm just gonna use it on Cosmos right now. It's 50 HP. So I'm also using it on Xion because you don't lose any HP from that. I don't think we really have much of anything else. Got the M shot, but I don't think we can use that. We can properly equip that yet. Yeah, there's no reason to equip that because it's weaker than her basic equipment. We could use the tech points to increase stats here, which we could do. I don't see a reason to do so now. We can still do that later. Skills, you can extract them from accessories, and we don't have any, so we can't do that. For the tech attacks, yeah, you can upgrade them and set them to different skill sets once you learn more skills. I have 34 points right now, and I could decrease the weight, I guess, which probably isn't that bad. I think I should probably do that for both of these because 10 is really cheap. So I'm just gonna do that for both of them, for Cosmos as well. And you can use magic as in every RPG, so we can use heal outside of battle as well. Xion can heal. Important factor, we didn't see that yet. but it is quite important to note.
Freeze! Target locked on. Commencing combat mode.
In general, we're basically just going through the ruins here to advance in the story a bit. There isn't really much of anything here. This is just... They even said it in game. This is just a test. A functionality test to see if the Cosmos program really works or not. That door is locked from this side, so there's no reason. I believe there's something here. Yes, there's a revive in here. I remembered that correctly. But yeah, just following the general rule of RPGs that
Target locked on. Commencing combat mode.
that generally in dead ends there's usually like items or whatever. I do want to try to see if I can beat if I can go through this dungeon in this episode, so we don't have to finish it up in the next one.
I collected some good data.
But we'll see if that works or not. I hope it works. The dungeon isn't too long. It's just your typical introductory dungeon. This is a save point. And because this is on an emulator, this is really bad. You don't want to save there. So this is, in this battle it's possible to pilot a mech by selecting AGWS in the sub-menu. First select AGWS from the menu. Next use the right and left directions to select its position. Your turn is over after it's called. Basically that way you get more defense and more HP and more attack, but I don't really like it, so I barely ever use it. Great. Impressive. So I'm just gonna use the submachine gun shot again for the nice and clean 90 damage. The Axe attacks with consumed AP varies with different weapons. Furthermore, the submenu will change slightly. Available when the same weapons are equipped on both arms, and 6 AP is required. You cannot use ether. So for example, that means Xion cannot heal during combat when she's in her mech, and she also cannot use items to heal, which can be a detriment. And you can move the Axe again. You can move out of it. Warning, you will not be able to recover during the battle if the Axe HP reaches you. So it is also quite balanced, or overbalanced. But it is pretty strong. Like you've seen, that was 160 damage on a crit. That did more than Cosmos would have done. So it certainly is like a risk-reward kind of thing, where you can deal more damage, but you lose the ability to use skills.
Sure hope so. Cosmos has reached the checkpoint. Entering process 431.
Replacing targets with Type G drones. Commencing display.
Chief, have changed the settings on the target drones. The next target is keyed to sound, so it will only respond if you make a loud noise. You can move quietly if you hold down the R2 button while moving. Also, that thing behind you is a save point. Let's just see what the save point does, huh? But first I wanna be very sure that I don't break anything. So yeah. Oh, did the first one actually work? Okay, the first one actually worked. Sorry, it's the second one you see that doesn't work. Which is why I'm generally too scared to ever save in Xenosaga, and I only ever save with save states, which is why you only saw the screen a save from the exact same position as I was right now, despite having played through the game fully once, even if it was years ago, because of save states. Because I only ever use save states. Because the saves are broken. Not in the game itself, but for the emulator. But we'll see about that for the next one. Okay, you don't want to attack these with tech. Just wanted to show that off. You want to use physical against these. But they're also still not really much of a threat. They are more defensive and can and have a solid chance of surviving multiple moves and can deal a bit of damage, but they're still not really threatening. Chief, items aren't the only thing that are inside containers. Yeah, as if that would stop me from going through containers, you said. Discovered segment address number 10. We can't really do much of anything here yet. Eventually we will, but not yet. So let's go up again and continue with the path through the dungeon. Hello. There is the key card we need for the door, not the door we just saw, but a different door. The lock has been removed. So now these things roam around and they attack us when they hear us. And just as the other monsters that we've seen, they are a bit stronger. Airborne enemies against airborne enemies use direct line attacks. You cannot use close range attacks. Probably because they just fly away. But especially these have like no defense, and so they just drop immediately. the door that was referring to is this one. Inserted the mission key. I should have probably healed, but that's fine.
Here we go.
I'm just gonna heal in combat.
What's going on?
A brand new network is being created within the Cosmos mainframe. We've never had a reaction like this before. This is incredible. I've never seen a net grow so fast. Look at it, sir. Portions of the encephalon map are evolving. What the?
Alan, I'm going to engage the target. Make sure you capture all the data.
What? You cannot engage right now. You're tapped into Cosmos perception. It's too unstable.
Don't worry. We can pull it off.
What do you mean, don't worry? Chief?
I've come this far. I can't lose now.
Correct. She can't lose. Actually, I want to attack with Cosmos. So probably. Oh, I misclicked that. I wanted to just use one attack and not two. So I'm going to use Medica to heal. So this isn't really much, but it's still something. But next time it's her turn, I probably wanna get her into her mech. So now, because her HP is kind of low. And the Axe has a separate HP, not HP, yeah, separate HP, I'm sorry, of course HP. Yeah, I shouldn't have attacked, but it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. Yeah. Healing for 150. Although that did more damage than I suspected it. Like, yeah, you shouldn't attack when it's defending, because of course you shouldn't, because there's a reason it's defending. But I didn't think it'd do that much damage. Gotta be honest. Level up, level 3 now. Nice.
So far, so good. Shift target to real mode. We'll test the Hilbert effect.
What? Chief, you're supposed to follow the program.
Cosmos, activate Hilbert.
Roger. Activating Hilbert effect.
I knew this would happen! Status! This is bad. Something's wrong in the encephalon. The whole thing could collapse at any moment.
What? What about the Chief? Chief, you're in danger! Get out of there now!
Hold on, just a little longer.
Chief!
Nerve impulse is in the limbic system. We've got kindling.
That's enough! Shut it down! Pull her out of there now!
Roger. Entering shutdown command. It's been rejected. The chief's overriding us. We can't control it from here. What?
10 seconds to encephalon collapse. Sir!
Damn it! Chief!
Fancy.
Chief? Are you all right?
Yeah, thanks. Did I push my luck a little too far this time? Alan?
You can't keep doing this, Chief. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack.
Sorry about that, but I bet the data's really good. Besides...
Huh? Was there something else?
Hmm? Oh, it's nothing. Well, we better get started on that data. Today's our deadline, so I'm sure they'll be asking for it soon.
Attention, please. We are scheduled to gate out in approximately 3 minutes. All hands, please return to your designated areas immediately. Once again, attention, please. We are scheduled to gate out.
Those sure are spaceships. And that has the Vector Industries logo on it, so presumably that's where we are.
All ships, gate out complete.
Shifting main engine to stealth mode. Maintaining current speed until sector withdrawal.
Exit from current space set at absolute time 1300 on the 22nd. 7 hours, 16 minutes, and 30 seconds to withdrawal.
Next UMN column in 7 hours, 36 minutes. All gate jumps from other sectors will remain offline until then.
That was close.
So, we're almost home.
Yes, sir. Our final gate jump is at the next column. We're almost there.
We made it this far, we'll be fine. The odds of contact between columns is statistically low. Besides,
now that's a red flag.
The field we're in is perfect for hiding the fleet from them.
Huh. So Pollyanna thinks those asteroids are going to protect us.
I'm sorry, sir.
A bit testy today, aren't we, Commander? Huh? Is something wrong?
No. Of course not.
Ever since we picked up that object 10 days ago, everyone's been a bit jumpy. And we still have a ways to go before we hit comm space. I can empathize with the commander.
Captain, can you, debrief us on the current situation? Our original orders from the Galaxy Federation were to investigate the vanished planet and assist the researchers. But ever since we picked up that object, it feels like everything's changed. What exactly is that thing anyway?
Who knows? I haven't heard a thing from the research team. But, as I mentioned before, apparently they're after the object too. That's unofficial info, of course.
What about the rumor regarding the casualties during the retrieval process?
Even if it were true, that's none of our business. The research team has their own orders to deal with. The only explicit instructions we've received state that should any salvageable objects exist in the area, their retrieval takes top priority.
Wonder why.
Priority? What does that mean?
Probably.
Is over our very lives.
Yeah, probably the highest of priorities imaginable.
Now, no need to scare them. Those orders merely reflect the importance of this operation to the Galaxy Federation government, that's all. Just stay sharp and be careful.
That makes sense, sir. The entire fleet was renovated for this mission. Besides, if there's an emergency, we've got the trump card to fall back on.
Ah, yes. Speaking of which, what's the latest on that situation?
They're scheduled to turn in the A7 reports today.
A7, eh? Only one step away from fully operational. It's about time, I suppose. Lieutenant, please ask Chief Uzuki to come to the bridge once her data's ready. Ask her to bring all the previous data as well.
Yes, sir.
What trump card? Was he referring to that battle android?
That's right. You didn't know?
Wow, so it's true.
Hey, I heard that project's really behind schedule.
You can't blame them. There were casualties during their last boot-up test 2 years ago. They're being more careful this time.
It's hard to believe they're making an android in this day and age. The only place I've ever seen them is in old space novels.
Well, trump card or not, it's still an experiment. And it ain't like one android's gonna make that much of a difference. The whole project's just a chance for those Vector guys to show off. Someone's outdated hobby, that's all.
I heard that even their commercial models differ greatly between those that have seen action and those that haven't.
They say ignorance is bliss. Looks like they were right.
Commander?
I'm just envious, that's all.
He looks like he's seeing some shit.
Sure. I'll be there in 30 minutes.
They certainly didn't waste any time.
See? I'm usually right about these things.
Chief Uzuki, here's the data you requested. Will that be all?
Thanks. This should be good enough. I'll take care of the rest.
Chief, do you have a second?
Yes?
The military is expecting actual field data for Cosmos. Is it right for us to keep giving them simulated data like this?
Well, I must admit, you got me there. But honestly, if it were up to me, I'd keep her here, safe in her dream world forever.
But why are you so afraid to put her to real work when you push her so hard in the simulations? I can't wait to see Cosmos up and completely functional. couldn't you at least try taking her up to Phase 3? That should be no problem for her by now.
Phase 3 in a simulated battle config? Come on. We're not about to wake our little princess for that. Here's a summary of Cosmos' main equipment from the 2nd Division. This should help you with the guys upstairs.
Thanks. I'm sure it will.
By the way, Chief, what did you think of the MWS and the AGWS? It's just dummy data created inside the encephalon. Well, it was pretty exciting stuff, wasn't it? If neither had problems during this test, all that remains are the functionality tests during actual models. That went pretty well. The MWS in particular felt right to me. I sensed something contrived in it, though. Well, I hear Miyuki is closely involved with the MWS. I'm sure she's up to something again. Oh, by the way, could you send the communication gear data to headquarters for me? You know, the vaporizer plug-in that we use to destroy obstacles? I wonder if they're also going to manufacture it based on our test data. I swear, they pile everything they can on us under the pretext of testing Cosmos. Well, it's inevitable, considering they have a lot of other concerns, like the budget. So now we just have to go to the bridge to give the data. A summons to the bridge is never a good sign. You better hurry, or you'll never hear the end of it if the report is late. The captain's an easygoing guy, but the commander, on the other hand. Sharankov, was it? He's not exactly the nicest guy. I think they have 2 voice lines every time. Yeah. Chief, I understand you have your reasons, but a machine is only as meaningful as the functional goals it fulfills. Perhaps Cosmos would be happiest if she was able to demonstrate her full capabilities. Your actions make me think you are running away from your work as an engineer. Enlighten those jarheads, will ya? Tell them that developmental research is a living, breathing thing. No matter how you slice it, those military guys are just a rough bunch. Chief, shall we try the startup test again? If there are any items you didn't get last time, I suggest you get them now. I'm sure they'll be useful in the real world too. Basically that way we can go back into the encephalon and just do the thing again if we missed anything. I believe this is what I was talking about. Save slot 0, save slot 1, load slot 0, yeah. And let's see. Yep. That is what happens if you want to try to save on an emulator. It's not every save point, like we've seen earlier. The first save point actually works, which is really annoying that the first works, but the second is already broken. But essentially what that means for me personally is that I never ever want to use an in-game save, because I'm just too afraid I'll break something and lose all my progress. So that's it for episode 2, and we'll see each other again next time. It was I, Lothar. Ciao!